everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a good day and happy Easter to those of you celebrating Easter. And for those who are not celebrating it, I hope you have a good day and you enjoy the day because I'm looking outside right now. It's a beautiful day here in Albuquerque. It is beautiful. It is sunny. It's a bit windy. Yesterday was a bit strange. The weather was a bit strange. It was raining and snowing, and I'm like, what? Anyway, so happy Easter to those of you celebrating Easter. Hope you're spending time with friends and family and just enjoy the day because it's meant to be enjoyed. So I am here today to react to Foodie Beauty. So what's going on with her? Well, little recap. Chantal was missing for a couple of days. Nobody knew exactly why, what might be happening, but we all knew at some point that she would resurface in one area or another. Some people were wondering, was she back in Canada? No, no, she's not. Of course, she's not. She's not in Canada. Although I would like to throw my thoughts on the table about that. If Chantal goes anywhere, y'all, let's think about her past patterns. If she goes home to Canada, she's not going to do it until after payday. And her YouTube payday is not until the 22nd. So if she's going to travel anywhere, it's going to be after payday. And that's not going to be for another couple of days or so for her. So she's still in Canada. She did not go live. She did a video. So what was in the video? The video was her detailing that she has not been well, that she allegedly has vertigo and she's been dealing with vertigo. Although it's weird. She said the last time she suffered with vertigo was 20 years ago. I've gone on Twitter. People are talking about how vertigo could be something to do with diabetes. Vertigo, for those who have never experienced it, it's very uncomfortable. I've experienced something like vertigo before. It could also be as something as simple as you could just be doing nothing. Just go to sleep one day and wake up with vertigo. And it has to do with the crystal things in your ear that are kind of responsible for your equilibrium. I had a couple of cases happen to me where I experienced like that off balance equilibrium thing happening. And sometimes something simple could fix it, like laying on the bed with your head off the edge of the bed and then just slowly turning your ear from one side to the other, kind of to get the crystals back in place. Or it could be something more severe, something health related. So I watched the video from Chantal, and do I think that she's lying about the vertigo? Yeah. And there were some suspicious things going on in her video, such as the fact that she was talking slower than normal, as if she were under the influence of something. Maybe she had taken some kind of medication or done something before the start of the video. Also, something that I noticed, her abaya and her blouse looked brand new. And this is something that normally doesn't happen with Chantal. She doesn't get new clothes until she's about ready to travel. So I'm going to watch some of the video with you guys and also show you all the stuff on Twitter and show you guys what Girl World is saying. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. So it is now for the Twitter peeps. All right, it's time for the Twitter peeps. I've got everything all set up. There's not a whole lot of stuff going on Twitter. Things have been mainly quiet, but we'll cover the stuff that's here just to get caught up. So for those of you that are on Twitter, that you'd like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, WildGirlSarah. And for those of you not on Twitter, that's why I do the Twitter peeps. So you guys can kind of catch up on all the Twitter stuff without actually being there. So let's start here with a post courtesy of Tofu saying Chantal is just stirring up drama because she is bedbound and bored. Well, Tofu, I think you're right. I do think that you are correct. I think she is stirring up drama because she's bored. Do I think she's bedbound? No, not yet. She did a live recently where she was up and on her feet. She's gone to the beach. She was walking along the sand. She was up and driving. So she's not bedbound yet. Do I think her health is in trouble? Absolutely. Do I think if she keeps going on the path that she's on, she's going to have issues where she might be bedbound? Absolutely. She's put on a tremendous amount of weight and she keeps gaining because, in my opinion, she's eating more than ever off camera, more so than she is on camera. Could that have something to do with her food problem? Oh, yeah. Could it also have something to do with the feedies around her encouraging her to eat and paying her for requests? Absolutely. So Dee Dee's fault says, like she said, dramatics. Never heard of someone struggling with vertigo who are able to spend hours scrolling. Good point, Dee Dee's fault. Good point. Also, and I would like to add this in, and I thank you for posting your tweet because it's starting to make me think, Dee Dee's fault. So she's having vertigo, right? She's having problems just with her movements. And when you got vertigo, just the slightest movement of your head, just something as simple as this, and your balance might be off. If you bend your head slightly forward or backward, you're like, whoa, whoa. So she's having problem with vertigo. So Chantal, can we talk? So you're having vertigo, you're not feeling well, and yet you were able to film a video and edit a video and post it to YouTube. And you also made sure to add not one, but 2 ads in there. You were advertising your merch and you were also advertising for Cameo. So you were able to put all that together while you were experiencing vertigo. Okay, girl, whatever you say. All right. Queen of WTF says, what is this crap? Yeah, what is it? What is this crap? Where have I been? Chantal, YouTube is not an airport. You do not have to announce your departure. And when you get sick, it is not a hospital that you have to let everyone know that you're sick and you're not well. You can choose not to be well and then just recover quietly off camera and come back when you're feeling good. Every time you have an ailment or a hangnail or a boil, you don't have to report to YouTube. You really, really don't. I mean, this whole video, it could have been just a community post. And don't think I didn't notice the fact that your video is 12 minutes and 20 minutes, 12 minutes and 20 seconds long. Huh, how about that? You made it just long enough to monetize it. Because videos have to be at least 10 minutes long to be monetized. You stretch this whole thing out just to make a little bit of coin. Boy, you're broke. All right, Aisha says no, because that's exactly what she wants everyone to believe. She's setting up her out story. Salah may be dumb, but he isn't dumb enough to put his hands on her. Quartz 420 says, so Chantal gets absolutely blanked off Salah because a man spoke to her. She disappears for 3 days and then comes back wearing sunglasses indoors. Be honest, Chantal. Did Salah finally show you what culture is all about? I don't think Salah ever touched her. Not in a violent way, not in any way, not if he had anything to say about it. The few times that we've seen her make him make any kind of contact with Chantal, I think she had to literally coerce him or pay him to do it, like holding her hand or letting her hug him. And whenever those interactions occurred, we saw he was very uncomfortable. He did not want those things to happen. So if he's not comfortable holding her hand, if he's not comfortable hugging her, why would he suddenly come around and be physical with her? No, I don't think that happened. I think that he is gone. I think that he's been long gone, that he's doing his thing, whatever that thing is. He wants no contact with her. And so Chantal ever since then has been kind of struggling with, what can I talk about? How can I still keep him in the picture? How can I keep people from finding out that he's not around? Oh, I'll just say he's busy, he's working, he's busy, he's working, he's got things to do. It's over, y'all. The message is very clear. The silence is deafening. He's not there. He is so not there. He would never get jealous of Chantal talking to another man. I mean, why would he get jealous? He's not attracted to her. He doesn't want to be around her. And when there was an opportunity of spending time around Chantal, meaning the whole Thailand trip that she took alone, he had the chance to go with her. He chose to stay back in Kuwait. I mean, that spoke volumes to me. You're supposed to be a married couple, and yet your husband, knowing that you've got serious health problems and that you might need assistance in Thailand, chooses to let you go by yourself. Yeah, that tells me everything I need to know about what's going on between the two of them. MJK23 says Foodie Beauty doesn't realize her kidneys are shutting down. That excessive tiredness she always has, the nausea she's been claiming lately, the swelling she has all the time, now the vertigo. She's going to suffer before she passes away. So here's the screenshot they put. Vertigo, or the sensation of spinning or whirling, can be a symptom of chronic kidney disease, or CKD. CKD can lead to imbalances in electrolytes and fluid levels, affecting the inner ear and contributing to vertigo. Additionally, anemia, a common complication of CKD, can reduce oxygen supply to the brain, potentially causing dizziness or lightheadedness. Elaboration. Electrolyte imbalances. The kidneys play a crucial role in regulating electrolytes like sodium and potassium, which are essential for maintaining fluid balance and nerve function. In CKD, the kidneys may not effectively regulate these electrolytes, leading to imbalances that can affect the inner ear and contribute to vertigo. And that's if the vertigo is happening in the first place. It could be real, or it could be a complete bold-faced lie. Do I think it's a lie that her kidneys are not the best of shape? Uh, I think that's a definite possibility. Chantal told us long ago that she's been dealing with, and has been dealing with for quite a while, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. So if her liver is in bad shape, I'm sure that her kidneys are not far behind. But ultimately, girl world, it is not our responsibility to take care of Chantal nor care about what happens to her. It's her responsibility, being the person that it's her body and it's her life. We're just spectators, observers, and so we are. We're spectating and we're observing. There's nothing we can really do. If there's something wrong with Chantal, great or small, she's got to get off her big butt, go to the hospital, and get checked. She's got to care about her health first. We can't care as much as she needs to care. All right, moving on to Enigma 2025, saying, I think she's verbally blank to him. She has threatened him with divorce before and went live saying she was going home, that they were over food. It was all manipulation tactics she does to get people to get her way, and it won't be the last time. It's probably worse off camera. I'm sure it's worse off camera. I am sure it's absolutely worse. Chantal herself has gone on record as saying that she is admittedly verbally abusive. She said it outright. She's got a nasty temper and she's verbally abusive. She said that back in Canada more than once, and I believe her. I absolutely believed her when she said that. I can easily see that. I saw her do the verbally abusive thing to her own VIBs. Can you imagine the people in her personal life when the camera's turned off? Merp says, no one on God's green earth will ever convince me she isn't abusive off camera. I can't wait until Salah does a Beck 2.0 and airs all of Foodie Beauty's rotten laundry. And I hope Allah is sitting right next to him when he does it. I can see that. That if Salah ever wanted to go online and expose Chantal, that he would have somebody sitting next to him. I just don't see him confident enough to where he'd do it alone. That he would have somebody sitting next to him, maybe helping him find the right words or say the right things. And I think Allah would be right there to help him out, or at least just be there to kind of give some support of some kind. But Chantal, if you need to go, if the feeling is you need to get out of there, and the wish is you do it peacefully, that could be the price you pay if you don't do it peacefully. If you're purposely trying to hang on to Kuwait and Salah, to a culture and people that don't want you there, you need to go. If you're putting someone in a position where they want to be free and you're not letting them be free, you're going to kind of force their hand to talk so they can be free. So you got a choice. Do you want to walk out peacefully, or do you want to force someone's hand to open their mouth and say things that you don't want to be said? Carolyn's mentality says the world doesn't work this way, Chantal. Not everything is going to be ideal. Deal with it. Orange Cat posts this clip saying, basically, Chantal needs a restaurant that caters solely to her. So I guess this happened during the 5-hour, 6-hour live stream. This is one of the parts that I missed. But I'm glad that there's Twitter because they're posting it. So here's Chantal talking about her ideal restaurant. Y'all listen.
I need to, you don't understand. This says stop sign, I know. You don't understand, okay? The environment has to be perfect for me to be comfortable. Like, comfortable seating, comfortable bathroom, comfortable parking, good food.
So everything has to be perfect. Everything. The food has to be perfect. The seating has to be perfect. Even the parking. Everything has to be perfect. I'd like to know where this restaurant exists. Is there such a restaurant where everything has to be pristine and perfect? I mean, there's lots of great restaurants out there that have great lighting, great seating, great ambiance. The food is fantastic. Maybe you might get some parking, but everything has to be catered to her. So, what do you mean when you say great seating? Does that mean bigger chairs, bigger benches, specific areas of the restaurant where there are nothing but booze in the back, where nobody can watch you eat? I mean, what are the standards here? Can you name them for us, Chantal? What do you mean as far as perfect parking? Like as soon as you get there, there's a parking place already ready for you that's already reserved? I mean, it sounds like you're kind of hard to please, ma'am. It really does. It sounds like you're hard to please. But that's just me talking. Texas T says, y'all, that eye looks swollen shut. You know what? Let me blow this up. I really can't see if the eye is swollen shut because she's wearing those doggone shades, which makes no sense to me. And I got a question for anybody who's recently dealt with vertigo, because it's been a while for me. Question for anyone who deals with it or has dealt with it regularly. Would sunglasses make the situation worse or better? I mean, as far as your vision, would it make it better or worse? I don't know. It just seems like an odd choice to wear sunglasses when you got vertigo and you're wearing them indoors. All right, I can't watch that. This is a beautiful video, but I can't watch it. I'll start crying. It's about animals. I was crying. I was bawling. It's a tribute to a pet that's no longer here. Merp says that part. Oh, so Merp has dealt with vertigo. Merp says that part. When I have it, I literally have to move my head very slowly and I still get wonky. I've dealt with that. I can confirm that's true. And if she was treated, they should have shown her exercises to resettle the crystals in her ear that are screwing her up. No mention of that. Yeah, didn't I say that earlier? I had a weird situation where I went to sleep and I woke up and I just like, whoa, my equilibrium was way off. I was just like, whoa, just. So I went on YouTube and I'm like, what is going on? How do I fix it? And then I found a video where there are different techniques to kind of, put things back in place. I learned about the little crystals in your ear that help you with equilibrium. Sometimes they get out of place. You lay on the bed, you lay with your head kind of like your head hanging off the bed, and then you just slowly Every few minutes, move your head around. That way, the crystals that are in your ear, they slowly move downward to where they need to be. And that actually helped me. Vertigo may be, triggered by different things, but if it's just the crystals in your ears, sometimes it's something that simple that can fix it. Florida Salt and Sass says, for someone having severe vertigo, I'll humor her. She's moving her head around a lot and able to sit up. Right. Uh, Vertigo, but you're moving your head a lot. And I did see in the video that she kept, bending her head down. Even just doing something like this, you raise your head up, you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And she was doing that with no issue. W. Axel says, B Beauty back on her BS. You look like you consumed a week's worth of sodium-packed junk food in 2 days. And if you truly had vertigo, you wouldn't be back filming so quickly. I agree with that. Rule number 1, liar to the core. Yeah, I think she's lying. I think she's lying. Chinny Pondu says, so did she just look up symptoms to vertigo and parrot them in her video? She said that sentence about the boat rocking. Foodie Beauty is lying, in my opinion, obviously. Her eye is popping out of her head. She doesn't want us to see it. This describes vertigo for those who have never had it. In a really intense situation, it's usually felt as spinning, but may also be perceived as a floating feeling in a milder case or a rocking feeling. If you feel like you're on a boat and the boat rocking back and forth, that sensation of movement is what we call vertigo. So for those who've never had it, that's what it kind of feels like. On the lighter cases, it just feels like when you stand up or you bend your head forward, you feel like your balance is off. You're like, and it takes a minute to kind of settle down. And it's annoying. It is. Lynn P posted this really great video of dogs saying, this is the best dog video ever. I am speechless. Their expressions are priceless. So here's some puppers that are like, nope, no. They don't want the vegetables. They're like, how dare you? Do I look like a vegetarian? I want the meat. I am a meat eater. And the owner is trying to feed them vegetables. Look, the dog's like, I'm putting this vegetable in the trash or I'm spitting it out. This is awesome. These dogs are like, vegetables? No, absolutely not. Unacceptable. I'm not taking it. You're not making me. Love that. Mrs. Flupa Booty says, I think she's just trying to drum up views and the sunglasses are part of it. She wants speculation and clicks. She also wants her roommate to feel sorry for her and be her caretaker. So this is probably also a ploy to get his attention. Same old story, nothing new. Well, if it's a ploy to get Salah to feel sorry for her and come to her, it's not going to work. And you want to know why, Chantal? Because if you do have vertigo, which I don't think you do, it's not life-threatening. Vertigo is not life-threatening. Okay, so it's not like your life is in danger. There's no serious medical event. You may be uncomfortable if you really have it, but it's not life-threatening. It just isn't. So if you're trying to get his attention, I don't think this is going to be it. No, he's going to be. And on top of that, Chantal, it's been 3 years. You don't think he's caught on to your games? You don't think he understands that you are attention seeking, that you will do anything for attention, that you will claim to be sicker than you are to get attention, that you don't think he's caught on to your manipulation tactics? I think he's caught on to you. I really do. I think he's caught on to manipulation. And I think he's also just sick of you and he wants this whole thing to be over. And no matter what you do, whether it's making videos claiming to be sick, or if you're running around off camera, stalking him, trying to find out where he is and what he's doing, you're not going to bring him back. You're really not. Every crazy thing you do is just going to make him look at you and go, well, I was right. I should stay away. I should stay away. And if you are stalking him, Chantal, I've got a question for you. I want to ask you. Let's just say you are running around stalking Salat, right? You got a tracker on his phone. You got an air tag of some sort. You're trying to figure out where he is. Even if you knew where he was, you found out the hotel or the motel or the sister's house or whatever house he might be in, even if you knew, even if you found out the location, what are you going to do? Seriously, what are you going to do? You're just going to drive to that location and park and wait for him to come out? Do you honestly think he's going to come out? Are you going to go to that location and go to the door and bang on the door? I mean, what more can you do other than to show up and park and just give the building the eyeball? You're wasting your time. The guy is done. Leave him alone. You're going to get yourself arrested over there for stalking, unless that's what you want. All right, so Land of the 80s says happy birthday to actor Tim Curry. Throughout the 80s and beyond, Curry had some memorable roles in the films, including Legend and Clue. I love Tim Curry. He was such a great actor with a wonderful singing voice. And I will always remember him as Frankenfurter from Rocky Horror Picture Show. Oh, he was wonderful as Frankenfurter. And also Clue, and especially Legend. Oh, he killed that role in Legend like he was just a sexy devil. Yes, he was with that voice. All right. Something positive from, is it Tumblr pics? Relax time. That's a heck of a view. Yes, it is. Although I've got one complaint, just one. That tub looks gorgeous. The setting is gorgeous, but I imagine the tub would be cold because it's stone and stone gets cold outside. Man, that'd be a cold tub. Ugh. But it's gorgeous. Oh, this is funny from Roaming Soul 22. Amberlyn Reed, you left your sippy cup at my house. Well, I imagine after the documentary that Mr. Snowflake just released of Beck, yeah, she's going to need that sippy cup real bad. All right. Mima Madness, replying to Tat Von B, other potential causes of her vertigo, medications. Certain medications can have vertigo as a side effect. True. Medical conditions. Conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart problems can also contribute to vertigo. Again, it's her health. If she cared about her health, she needs to go to a hospital. She needs a full checkup inside and out. She needs blood work. She needs tests. It's up to her to fix her problems. It's just up to us to speculate on the problems when she tells us about them. Oh, and here's something that's going to make you guys smile. Thank you, Hectic Llama, saying that's a shame. MJK23 says, sorry, Foodie, more power outages coming your way. So, Girl World has been warning Foodie about the rolling blackouts and the power outages that happen in Kuwait during the summertime. We've been telling her. Yes, we have. So y'all check this out. Electricity outage plans from 4/19/2025 until 4/26/2025. Ooh, Foodie. Oh my. So more power outages planned for another 6 days. Can you afford to be there and not stream and not make money? Yeah, that might get real expensive. Are You Serious says, it's tough to listen to or try to find sympathy bone for the ongoing saga of self-imposed misery. You're 41. All of these health problems aren't normal, and people get tired of the complaining and poor me act. Do something about it if you still want an audience. So here's a comment on her video. Anna, is it Korea? Says, after counting 23 you knows and 4 yawns, I actually don't know, and it looks like you don't care. That's sad. Oh, that was pretty much to the point. Yeah, like you want everybody else to care, Foodie, but you don't care. And I think that's unfair. It's unfair to expect complete strangers on the internet to care more about you than you care about you, because you're the one that can make the most difference. So if you don't care, then don't expect anybody else to care, because there's nothing we can do for you. All right, Tara Lee says, if it's vertigo and not a black eye or a way to get Salah to spend more time with her, it's most likely because of the diabetes, in my opinion. She's lying. It's always rule number one with Foodie. She's been live looking awful plenty of times. Why wear sunglasses now? It's sus. So here's more information about that. Vestibular dysfunction. The vestibular system is responsible for balance and spatial orientation. In individuals with diabetes, complications like nerve damage, neuropathy, and hearing loss can impair the function of this system, leading to vertigo and dizziness. Increased risk. Studies have shown that people with diabetes have a higher prevalence of I hate that word already, it's too big. Vestibular dysfunction compared to those without diabetes. Other factors. High blood sugar levels, hyperglycemia, can also contribute to dizziness and lightheadedness. Dehydration, a common complication of high blood sugar, can also impact balance. And here's something for you, Foodie. The human body is a large percentage of water. We need fluid inside of ourselves. We need fluid. Our body is mostly water. And I know you're going to say to me, I drink a lot of water. Yeah, but that doesn't count. Want to know why? Because of the high blood sugar. If you have high blood sugar, the way your body protects itself is to make you excessively thirsty. If your blood sugar is extremely high, your body goes into self-protection mode, and the water it would normally hold into itself for normal function, instead it gets switched over to, we got to rinse out all this sugar. We got to rinse it out, rinse it out, rinse it out. And so it'll make you excessively thirsty, just try to get it back down. So it is possible to drink lots of water and be dehydrated all at the same time if the water that you're consuming gets flushed out. It's used to flush out the sugar. So you might be dehydrated at the same time you're drinking lots of water. All right, Merp says Foodie Beauty could be telling the truth, but I lean towards lie for two reasons. One, I've had vertigo and you become very aware of your head movements and position. True. She changes nothing in this video. Two, out of the effed eye vid she's put out, now she wants to cover them. GTFO. Yeah. You got vertigo, but you're wearing shades. Does that help your vertigo? I don't know. Anybody that's had vertigo, you guys can let me know. Let's see. Here's some more comments courtesy of Kelly saying, looks like the Beezers are getting sick of Foodie's crap. Here are some more comments. Girls the Word says, where have I been? I don't know. Pull the dispensary security footage. I don't think they have dispensaries over in Kuwait, though. Turd Ferguson says, Foodie, I hate to tell you, but isn't a word. I'm sorry, big girl. Easy A says, every day is a sick day for you. You are 41, living like a woman in her 80s. You're happy this way? Save yourself. Yeah, I think the Beezers are getting about sick of, she's always sick. She's always tired. She never has energy. She doesn't want to do anything entertaining for her channel. They are sick of the excuses. They are sick of the boring content. They are sick of the complaints. They are sick of her going to them every time she feels sick, and she's just looking for the pity super chats and the money. Like she wants to turn all of her health problems into money makers, but guess what? They're not making money anymore because that's all you give people, Foodie. They're tired of the nonsense. They are sick of it. Let's see. Next, what do we got? Oh, here's some tags that she put on the video. Girl World Trash is wearing those stupid sunglasses inside. Kristen says the video tags. So what are the video tags? We have Foodie Beauty. She tagged herself. Health update. Women's health. Women over 40. Health vlog. Middle East. Canadian. Chantal, what does your video have anything to do with women's health. You're not a health channel. You're not about promoting women's health. You're doing everything to destroy your health. Oh, and you're trying to like attract women over 40 to your channel. Is that it? You're trying to tap into that algorithm. You want to put yourself in the algorithm of anybody doing video or content over women over 40. Yeah, I see you. I see what's up. All these different tags that make no sense. I see you. Fondue Spite Beach, Pondue, says Foodie Beauty, 41 and thriving. These doctor visits are becoming more frequent, eh? So essentially, bedbound. No sympathy for you. Eat more carbs, Beach. You know, I wish I could have more of a sympathy bone for Chantal, but it all disintegrated a long time ago. It did. It's not there. I save what sympathy bone I do have for people in situations where it is warranted. I can't waste it on her. I won't waste it on her. She chose to hurt herself. She chose to hurt her health. She chose to go to the Middle East and eat all that fast food willingly, knowingly, and eagerly. And she's still doing it. She chose to do this self-harm content and hurt herself. I can't sympathize with somebody who knows what they're doing, who does it on purpose to make money on YouTube. And they're looking for other people around them to fund their bad habit and keep it going. And I especially can't have that sympathy bone for someone who hurts animals. Sorry, sympathy bone ran down the road and ain't coming back for somebody like that. No, 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 no. Nope, nope, nope. Not wasting it on you, Foodie. Not, absolutely not. Nope. D. Angry Scott says, you are absolutely insane. The fact that you're attributing this sudden extreme postural vertigo as the same as when you experienced something similar 20 years ago while ignoring how effed up your health is honestly isn't surprising. It sounds like your blood pressure could end in a stroke. So here's a piece of the video. Let's watch.
My vertigo has come back, and hasn't been back in a really long time.
You know what I don't like? I don't like how she's talking about vertigo as if it's a chronic condition that she's dealt with many times. The last time she experienced it, according to her, is 20 years ago. But she's talking about it like it's something that she's dealt with frequently. She's not dealt with it frequently. The last time she experienced it was 20 years ago. So it's not chronic.
I've had maybe 3 or 4 bad episodes of vertigo like this. And
when I've been watching you for years. I don't think I've ever heard you complain about vertigo. When did this happen?
The first time I ever had it was in 2005. I was living with Pete in our 2-bedroom apartment in Cornwall.
Of course you're going to tell this story and word it this way. It happened when I lived with Pete back in 2005. Isn't it just convenient, y'all, that she's telling a story from a time when she wasn't in girl world? Because she knows if she gave us a timeline of when she was in girl world, we could go back through her content and say, you're lying, ma'am. So she's got to put the timeline of when it happened, when she lived with Pete, and there were no cameras around and there were no videos to see if she was telling the truth or she was telling a lie. But go ahead, Chantal. Go ahead.
And out of nowhere, I just I have to hold on to things to walk around. That's how everything just feels like I'm on a boat, like a boat hitting very heavy waves. The best way to describe it. And it is something that's positional, because it's when I stand up to move around, move my head certain ways, that kind of thing. Get up too fast, it's worse.
Okay, just those few movements that she just did in the video. Like, did you guys notice she's like moving her head around? She bent her head forward. Even just doing something as bending your head forward like this, it'll make you like you're like, and it takes a minute for it to calm down. She's moving her head around too much.
If I want to bend down and grab something and come back up quick, oh, forget about it. Like, I need to really.
When you got vertigo, you're not moving your head that fast. You don't dare. You don't want to trigger whatever's going on in your inner ear.
Take my time. When I lay down, when I seal, I'm not dizzy. So it is positional, and I have had this before.
You guys notice how slow she's talking? Like, I've listened to Foodie so much that even just by her voice, I can tell when something ain't right. Like when she's on something speedy, she'll talk faster. Her eyes will be blasted. Like there's signs, there's tells. But when she's on something else of a different nature, she talks slower. So she's over there wearing the sunglasses. She's talking slower. And we're going to react to the video, and you're going to see she's got a bit of cotton mouth going on. So what'd you take, Foodie?
Like I said, in 2005, I just didn't know what was going on. So I went to a doctor, and, they ran tests, blah, blah, blah. And they ended up giving me some kind of medication for nausea and dizziness that they apparently give to patients on chemotherapy. I really don't.
And you can't tell us what that medication was? Of course you're not going to. We're going to leave out the important details because as you told us a type of medication, we go look it up. You know how girl world is. You give us details like that, we're going to go digging. Notice she always leaves out details on purpose because she doesn't want people investigating and calling her out on her lies.
I don't remember what it was. But
of course you're not going to remember what it was. Of course not. Of course not.
But eventually it just went away. Like it just went away after a few days. So that's
part of the clip. Okay, let's see what we got here. Narky says, vertigo my butt. Manipulation tactics. Look how pathetically ill I am, Salah. I need to feed. He don't care. He don't care if you feed. He doesn't care if you're sick. Whatever this was, Chantal, whatever purpose this video was trying to serve, if it had anything to do with Salah, he's done. Let the man go. Leave him alone. Go home. You're trying to be manipulative, but what you're not getting through your head is you've lost your power over him. He no longer cares. He no longer cares. He don't care. He don't. Like, you are not his problem anymore. You've lost your power. You could offer him $1 million. He wouldn't take it. Well, maybe he would, but you can't use the same tactics on Salah. You can't say, hey, just put up with me for 3 more weeks. Just 3 more weeks or 2 more months. He's done. He's burnt out on you. This man is not burned. He's burnt. He's burnt. There is ash and tar and char all over his toast. He can't deal with it. He got nothing left. Let him go. Aw. Why you should have an animal. Y'all check this out. I'm actually subscribed to this channel. A rare and heartwarming moment, a tortoise meets its young. I'm actually subscribed to this channel. I'm going to have to go look it up again. But they have a bunch of turtles. And the big turtle, his name is Ike. And Ike is very busy with the female turtles. They get a bunch of baby turtles. And there's one of his kids. Look at that. And Ike's like, yeah, I helped make that. And I'll make more too. So that big one, his name is Ike. And he's cool. Turtles are cool, y'all. They're very cool. Like, look at the baby on top of Ike. You're a good man, Ike, taking care of your kid. Yog says, look, human, I know how to blow bubbles. Aw. Ta-da. All right, so we're done with the catch up on the Twitter stuff. So let's go into her video. I don't know how much I'm going to react to, but again, y'all take a look at the length of this video, 12 minutes, 19 seconds. Because on YouTube, a video has to be at a certain length in order for them to monetize it. And she made it just long enough to monetize. Could have shortened this video to 5 minutes, but then she wouldn't have been able to put ads on it. So this is strictly for ads only. Is it Foodie? Yeah, I think so. And I'm turning off the volume on purpose because she's got 2 ads here and I got some thoughts to that. So she starts out the video like giving us her usual stuff. And then here we go. She's got to advertise the Beezer shop, even though she's been called out. She's been clocked that she's doing the cheap merch for high prices. And if people wanted something, they could design it themselves for a lot cheaper and make sure to get quality product. And there are national brands like Nike. You can get a pair of Nike slides for like $30 delivered to your house through DoorDash. And she's asking $60 for a pair of slides and $50 for a stupid puzzle that don't even make no sense. So here we go with the merch store. Chantal, listen, I could do a better design using Canva. All day long, I could do better designs. This is so basic. This is basic designs. There was no love put into your designs. There was no care. There was no originality. You want to make money, and yet you don't want to spend money. You don't want to spend money to a real artist to do things, to commission a design, nor do you want to spend some time thinking about what you're going to do. You're just like, I need the money in hand right now. I can't wait. And it shows. It shows. It shows the lack of care. And then here we go with the Cameo ad. Because, advertising the merch store wasn't enough. We're doing Cameo as well. Let's get past this stupid Scameo ad. All right. Shut up, Chantal. All right. Start talking. Give us your excuses. Tell us what's going on.
Hello, guys. Hello, Beezers. Hello, everyone.
She sounds very breathy in the video, like she's talking slowly. I know her normal cadence of speech. This ain't it. What did she take? And remember, and clock the fact that it looks like she's wearing, it looks like a new abaya and a new shirt. I don't think I've ever seen this shirt before. Did you go shopping, Foodie? Are you going to be traveling soon? I wonder.
Nice to see you. I have been missing you.
And she's got cotton mouth too.
I'm wearing,
and boy, the filters are filtering. Doesn't that filter look different? Did you go look for beauty apps, Foodie? Did you find a new filter? That filter looks new. It looks different.
Sunglasses, not for a dramatic effect.
Then take them off.
Okay, maybe a little. I'm wearing them because, I look sick. So I'm sparing you, the viewer.
Chantal, you've done live streams before. You've done videos before where you look sick. But you wanted everybody to see you look sick. And you talked in a much softer voice. When you wanted sympathy from the audience, you would talk in this kind of voice. You're very manipulative that way. You and Amberlynn read both. When you want to put your makeup on, you put your makeup on. When you want people to feel sorry for you, you'll take the makeup completely off. No makeup except for maybe the skin smoothing filter to look more pathetic. So all of a sudden, you look sick and you want to leave the sunglasses on? Okay.
Actually, maybe my bulgy eye is just getting, my camera thing is sliding down. Sorry. So I want to give you some updates. It's been 2 days. I know you're probably either wondering if I'm in Canada or have been traveling to Canada in a hospital somewhere. I don't know what the usual, So Actually, no, neither. I'm just for the past couple of days.
Can I just say something, Chantal? I know you operate under the thinking of, if I'm gone for 2 days, everybody's worried about me. It's not that we're worried, we're just wondering. There's a difference between worrying and wondering. A lot of us wonder, but we don't worry. Your VIBs may worry a bit, but girl world, we just wonder what's going on. We wonder. We wonder. But here's where you disappearing like this, if you're doing this to try to build up anticipation of when you finally show up, here's where it works against you. Interest in you right now is at an all-time low. Like, you're not doing anything. You haven't done anything in years that's interesting. People are getting bored. Not just girl world, mind you, your own audience. Interest is waning, and it's waning fast. If you can't tell that by the people who come to your lives, like the lack of viewers, the lack of super chats, like, it's because you're not paying attention. So the more you stay away, the less people are interested. And then when you finally come back and you do a video and it's like, it doesn't renew interest. People just go, that's all that was wrong. She got a slight case of vertigo. Big deal. You know, the anticipation is not there. It's not going to be there. People are not anticipating you coming back. They just figure you'll come back when you want to. And you do. You come back when you want to, but when you come back, you don't have anything interesting to say, which makes more of your audience members disappear.
My vertigo has come back, and
Honey,
hasn't been back in a really long time. I've had maybe 3 or 4
listen, we are not doctors over here. We don't need your medical history. You don't have to tell us your medical history, Chantal. If something happened to you 20 years ago, we don't need to know. What are we going to do if we did know?
bad episodes of vertigo like this. And the first time I ever had it was in 2005.
You're telling this story on purpose. I got you clocked, Chantal. You're telling this story on purpose because you're trying to figure out how to take 3 seconds of information and turn it into 12 minutes and 19 seconds. So how do you do that? You start telling stories, because telling a story might fill up 5 minutes of time. What do we care about what happened 20 years ago? We're not doctors. This is not the hospital. You're not a hospital girl world, and you're not a patient of ours. We can't give you treatment. Why are you telling these stories? We don't care.
I was living with Pete in our 2-bedroom apartment in Cornwall,
And so what? I'm sorry, I'm snarky today, y'all. I'm in a snarky mood. I'm just not in the mood. I'm not in the mood for this one. This is ridiculous nonsense. Making an entire 12-minute video over, I just have a case of vertigo. Yeah, okay, so you do. Go deal with it.
Out of nowhere, I just, like, I have to hold on to things to walk around. That's how everything just feels like I'm on a boat, like a boat hitting very heavy waves. The best way to describe it. And it is something that's positional, because it's when I stand up to move around.
If you were experiencing vertigo for real, you could have done some homework on vertigo. And you know you have diabetes. If you've got vertigo and diabetes, I'd be getting my butt to the hospital and getting checked. I'd be getting everything checked. Why aren't you at a hospital? Why aren't you talking to a doctor? Not a clinic, a doctor. That should be your main concern, not sitting down to make a 12-minute video that you can stack full of ads.
Move my head certain ways.
Oh, right there, right there, right there. Okay, wait a minute. Hold up. Do that again. Do it again. I dare you. Do it again.
Move my head certain ways.
That movement right there. If she had vertigo as severe as she claims, just doing this, oh, you can't do that. Oh, no, 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 no. You can't do that. You're moving your head slow. Because just moving your head this way, like your equilibrium is all over the place. It just, her doing that little head movement, her head should be swimming right now. Like, whoa, wait a minute. I got to take a minute. I got to take a minute. Let me close my eyes. Let me close my eyes and wait for this feeling to pass. She couldn't have done what she just did. Liar.
You know, that kind of thing. Get up too fast. It's worse.
And look, that too. She just did this. You can't do that. You can't bend your head forward and then back. It'll mess with your equilibrium.
If I want to bend down and grab something and come back up quick, oh, forget about it. Like, I need to really take my time. When I lay down, when I seal, I'm not dizzy. So,
of course not. Of course not, because you're laying perfectly still.
It is positional, and I have had this before. Like I said, in 2005, I just didn't know what was going on.
You know, there is actually a test out there that doctors could do, or you don't even need a doctor. If you've got something going on with your inner ear, say, like the little crystals that are in your ear, they're off. There is actually kind of like a self-test you can do. I forget exactly how it works, but like just like bending your head forward or something, or bending your head back, I think it is. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it, because I want to explain it the right way. Eye test for vertigo. Let's see. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Ear crystals. Da, da, da. Yeah, let's see. Okay, it's called the Dix-Hallpike test. This test involves specific head movements to provoke vertigo and observe for nice gigmas. And in essence, you do a head movement. Like maybe it might be something like this or something like this. Somebody's in front of you. And then if there's something going on with, say, the inner ear over here or the inner ear over here, if the crystals are out of place, you'll see the involuntary eye movements because the crystals were off. And then you know which side is being affected. If it's an ear issue, if it has to do with the crystals in your ear that they're just displaced, you'll do like this, maybe do something like this, and then back, and then somebody could be in front of you to see your eye. If your eye starts twitching on one side or the other, or even both, you can tell which ear or both ears are being affected. So has anybody done that with her?
So I went to a doctor and, they ran tests, blah, blah, blah. And they ended up giving me some kind of medication for nausea and dizziness that they apparently give to patients on chemotherapy. I really don't remember what it was.
Of course not.
But eventually it just went away. Like it just went away after a few days. So that's what I'm assuming with this. It is getting slightly better.
The stupidity of this woman, I'm assuming that's what's causing it. It'll go away in a few days. That's what she's hoping, that it'll go away in a few days, because she does not want to go to the doctor and pay for tests. She doesn't want to go get tests done to see what exactly is causing it. She's a miser with her own health. She doesn't want to spend money on her own health. She'll spend money on things that harm her health, but not anything related to helping her health. Well, what if the vertigo is caused by your diabetes, Chantal? Not concerned? I would be.
But I still have to rest a lot. And if it doesn't get better in like a day or two, I'll probably get Salah to take me to a doctor just to be sure it's nothing more serious. And yeah, that's where I've been.
Chantal, are you coming up with this whole elaborate lie? Saying, I've got vertigo. You got to take me to the doctor. Just to get him to come back to spend time with you. He doesn't want to. If you're feeling ill, you get an Uber or something and you go to the doctor yourself. You don't necessarily need him there. He can't help you with anything. He can't fix the problem. Stop trying to find ways to get him to be around you. Let the man alone.
I've just been honestly ill.
And let it be known, I don't like Salah. I'm not taking up for Salah, but I think it's absolutely gross and disgusting how this woman is trying to force herself on Salah and try to force him to be around her when he clearly don't want to be. She's being rather aggressive with her tactics of, I know you don't want to be around me. I am fully aware of that, but I'm going to try to find every manipulative way to make you come around when I know you don't want to be here and deal with my crap. Go home, Chantal.
Not well. So yeah, I just haven't had the energy to come on here, be social, even in, a cyber sense.
I'm going to take a wild guess, Foodie. Here's just my guess. It's just me guessing right now, okay? I don't know the facts. I'm not there. None of us are there. My guess. I think the more that Salah has pulled away from you, the more it's driving you into a panic because you are a control freak. You like to control people. You like to have people under your thumb or under your funkle foot, whichever comes first. You like to feel in control of other people. At the same time, you are out of control for yourself, for your life. And there's nothing at all that a control freak hates more than the people that they feel powerful over. Those people find their own power, find their own purpose, and wiggle out from their control. When everything the control freak does, everything they say, nothing works anymore. When the person in question, the target, they take their control back. And they're like, no more. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, no matter how much money you give me, I'm done. There's nothing you can say and there's nothing you can do to bring me back. When a person reaches that point where they've taken all they can take, it's over. Game over. Game over, Foodie. The game is over. The game is over. The game that you're playing with Salah is over. This lie, this illusion of this fantasy life that you have in Kuwait, it is done, madam. It is done. You try to sell us all the product of my life is better than yours. I've got this fantasy life of being with this guy in Kuwait. He loves me so much. It's a mirage. It's always been a mirage. It's always been an illusion. It was never real. Not for Girl World, not for you. But you desperately wanted to believe it. You wanted it to be true. And you made the same mistake with Salah that you did with Nader. The same one. You thought that if you gave a bunch of money to a guy that didn't care about you, if you gave enough money, if you spent enough time around that person, that even though the agreement was, you do this for me and I do this for you, everything was agreed upon, you thought you would get the extra added bonus of real feelings and a real relationship. Well, money can't buy that. You have tried it twice. Did it work? No. And it ain't gonna work. You can't buy real feelings. You can't buy real relationships. Neither Nader nor Salah is interested in you, in love with you. Because if they were, and if they had been, you wouldn't have had to pay them. You don't pay for love, Foodie. You don't. You can pay for fake love, but real love is free. If you have to pay a man for his attention, that means he really don't want to give it to you. Because if he really enjoyed you, he would say, don't pay me. I enjoy you. I enjoy this time with you. What are you paying me for? I feel so much joy around you. But notice the men in your life, they make you pay. And you keep paying. And you don't stop paying. And you never got the love that you wanted. Not from Nader. Not from Salah. Because they didn't feel it in their hearts to begin with. And they never will. And maybe you are also under the assumption that if you stuck around long enough, you could wear them down to the nub and they would just do what Pete's did and give in. Well, I'll just give in and surrender and give you a relationship. Wrong. That worked with Pete's. It didn't work with Salah. It didn't work with Nader. It just didn't work. And here you are. Here you are, Foodie. You're losing your grip. You've lost your grip. Salah is no longer in the palm of your hand. He's going off to do his own thing. He's done with you. He's tired of you. He wants you to go home. And you, madam, for your part, you're not happy there anyway. I think the main reason why you haven't gone home is because you don't have a home base back in Canada. You don't have a home already set up. You're still trying to figure that part out. You don't know where you're going to go. You don't know if you can move in with Pete's or not. Maybe your money situation isn't the best. If you had a home base back in Canada, you would have come home already. But you didn't prepare. And so you're just scrambling about trying to figure things out. You are. You want a better life. Stop making bad choices, dumb choices.
Line. I literally feel like I'm swaying. It's so bad.
Well, stop moving your head, stupid. You're moving your head back and forth. Keep it still.
It's scary a bit, but I would be more scared if it didn't get better or worse when I changed positions. And I remember the doctor telling me that. And it's just sometimes when I'm laying down too, though, I get weird dizzy moments. I don't know. It's really hard to explain.
If you're laying down and you're still getting the vertigo, maybe that's a sign that it's something else at fault here. But of course, you're not going to go to the hospital and find out what that is.
Unless you've had it. It feels pretty much exactly like the other times. There was one other time I've had it. And again, it just went away on its own with a lot of rest, staying hydrated, that kind of thing. That's about it, So nothing too exciting. I just trying to feel better. Oh, excuse me.
You know what, Foodie? Why don't you do something different? You could do something completely different if you wanted to. Instead of making sure to come on camera when something bad happens to you, when you want to talk about your bad health, you could go the opposite way. If something happens to you health-wise, instead of immediately hopping on camera and recording something about it, why not make a video where you're like, yeah, I had this thing happen to me, but I feel better now. I took this medication or I exercised and I feel better. Report after whatever it is that's wrong, it's over. Give your VIB some good news. Give them some positivity. Stop being such a Debbie Downer.
Been sleeping a lot.
You always do, so what's different?
That's the thing that feels the best. Sleeping and laying down. So I've been
Gee, I wonder why. I bet with Salah not being around, you're having more B moments than ever. I bet you've been eating a lot, lot, which is leading to high blood pressure, high blood sugar. He's not around. You're upset. You're stressed out. You're sad. You're worried. And you and I both know, okay? We know you're an addict. If you're upset, whatever it is you're addicted to, you're going to do more of. That's how it works. You got to reel in that negative emotion. You can't let it get on top of you, because if you let it get on top of you, the addiction is going to go wild. It's going to go wild. And your addiction is food. So you can't tell me of all people. Hello? You can't tell me of all people, because I see you. You're alone. You're stressed out. You're sad. You're worried. You're worried about what's Salah doing? Is he finally let go of me? What am I going to do when I go back home to Canada? When and if that happens? You got all this stuff swirling around in your head. You're self-soothing with food, and you're self-soothing with a lot of it. And you're surrounded by those feedies that will be very happy to keep you overfed. Your upset, your sadness, your depression, your anger works to their benefit, because they can get more content out of you faster, easier. They'll turn it inside out for their own benefit. Sure will. And you won't put a stop to it. Like I think you know, Foodie. I think you know. I think you can feel that feeling that your time in Kuwait is coming to a close. This whole fantasy life that you built for 3 years, it's coming to a close. And soon you're going to have to go home. You're going to have to make a whole new life in a whole new setting, and maybe find people to bring into your arcs. I don't know. But the setting's going to be different. The feeling is going to be different. You hate change, and you're avoiding it. You're self-soothing against it. You're trying to build walls to keep it from happening. It's happening. You're trying to push it away, but the more you try to push it away, the more the walls start closing in. So yeah, you're eating a lot, ma'am. A lot.
using all my energy on just trying to, you know, uh, tidy up around myself, or, you know, like Salah does help me, obviously. But
Wait, stop. So you got vertigo, and it's a pain in the butt. Okay, it's not life-threatening, it's a pain in the butt. And you're tidying up around yourself. How are you doing that? Describe, please. If it's hard for you to turn your head from side to side and up and down, oh, that's got to be a nightmare.
but I just been trying to use my energy for like other things, and so I've been kind of just offline. And
I wonder what those other things are. Could it be those other things in the other room? That little content room? The content off of YouTube? Madam, if you're in that other room doing other kinds of content, you don't have vertigo. How could you do that kind of work with vertigo? That'd be kind of impossible.
Just taking a rest, sick day.
You just contradicted yourself. First, you said, I'm taking a rest. You said a few minutes ago, I've been doing other things. So are you resting, or are you doing other things? Pick a lane.
I wish they were paid sick days. That would be cool. There's no such thing as that in the YouTube world, I guess. But no, I'm fine. I'll be okay. I'm just joking around. But But yeah, I know a lot of you are probably curious, freaking out, like, she hasn't been online in one day.
I'm not freaking out. I was enjoying the vacation. You can go back on vacation if you want.
Now too. I'll try to go live, raising my live streams. I'll just probably be sealing, probably be boring until.
Oh boy. Girl World, did you hear that? When she goes live, she's going to be laying down the entire time. Oh, for joy. Yay. Not.
I do feel a bit better. Excuse me. So I'm just being cozy in my room, in my bed, watching creepy movies.
You're talking as if this is like a sick day. Yet you're describing things that you would normally do even if you weren't sick. So what's the difference?
And yeah, that's about it. Just spending time with my family, my cat, my, Salah, my husband.
No, he's not there. Chantal, you can stop the act now. Just tell us the truth. Please tell us the truth. It would be refreshing to hear the truth just for 5 minutes out of your mouth. Just tell us the truth. Like, the entire time that I've been in Kuwait, I've not been married. I just wanted to live here. I wanted to experience the Middle East. And Salah has been acting sort of like a tour guide of sorts. Going to get stuff for me, taking me out so I won't go out alone. And our contract is up. He's doing his thing. I'm here now. I won't be here for much longer. Why can't you tell us the truth? Why are you so hell-bent on lying to us? Are the lies really that important to you? Are they? This fantasy life, this obsession with putting a fantasy life in front of YouTube and Girl World, is it really that important to you? And I want to ask another question. When you lie to us, are you lying to us? Is it more of a case of you're lying to us, or are you lying to yourself? Because by lying to us, you're kind of convincing yourself that the life that you're living is real, that it's your reality. So to keep that head reality going, you have to lie to other people. Is that what's going on?
That's really about it. Trying to think of some new merch ideas, by the way, which, thank you to all of you who have purchased my merch. I know it's not like the best merch out there. I'm not.
Yeah. So you, the content creator, you created this merch. And you're saying to people, yeah, I know it sucks, but I'm still offering it for sale. I would think anybody who creates anything, you put time and love and thought into whatever it is, whether it's a poem or a story or a pair of shoes or a book or a painting or whatever. There is beauty in being a creator, in creating something that you can stand behind and you can say, I did this. You take a lot of pride in that. She took no pride in what she put together. But here's the content creator saying, I know it's not the best. Translation, I know it sucks. I know it's not the best quality. I know it's very basic. I know that you can get something much better of higher quality for a lower price, but I'm still putting it out there because I'm looking for the suckers in my audience who love me so much that they will overpay for an item not worth the price paid. That's what she means.
Not a graphic designer.
You don't have to be. I'm not a graphic designer. Foodie, I can make better merch than you. You don't have to be Picasso or Michelangelo to make great stuff. You can commission people to make stuff for you, or just take a little time and think about what you're doing and care about it. I'm not a graphic designer, but I can make better stuff on Canva, and I proved it.
It's expensive to hire a graphic designer.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Well, it all depends on what you want and how much time it'll take for them to do it. I mean, there's tons of people out there. You can talk to different people, or there's different YouTube tutorials out there that if you don't know what you're doing as far as designing something, those tutorials will teach you. And you can get better. You can get to a place where you're like, I can design my own merch. I know what I'm doing. She don't care that much.
And even if it's crappy, you know.
So she's saying my stuff is crappy. Yeah, it is.
It's what I can do for now. So
you know what? Your merch is crappy. It is, which we get it. You're not a designer. But what makes it especially bad is that you yourself admit it sucks. And then you have the nerve, the audacity, the gall, the fupa balls to overcharge on that merch. You want people to pay lots and lots and lots of money for sucky merch. Are you kidding me?
I might do some of my drawings and put them on some merch. I don't know. You guys can let me know. Like, you guys can let me know what you would purchase. I can make it. I can draw it for you. Like somebody.
You know what? If I saw any content creator that created something merch wise, a product, and I was standing next to that person and they say to my face, yeah, it's sucky, that would tell me everything I need to know about that merch and that person. If you're creating something and you can't even stand behind it, there's no sense of pride. Like you're not proud of what you made. Like I'm walking away from it. I'm not spending my money there. I want to spend my money on things that whoever made it, whatever it is, they can stand behind it. They're like, yes, I took time and I made this and I am proud of it. I will stand behind my product. I can assure you that it's quality, that it was well made, that I took time to research what I was doing, and you, consumer, are getting a great product. It is absolute quality. I made sure of it. She can't even say that with a straight face.
Requested the drain rat, and I thought they were just trolling, but shout out to you because they actually did buy a drain rat hoodie, and I was like,
one moment. Okay, let's continue. Let's get back to Chantal and finish her up.
Like, wow, that's awesome. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the money for my crappy merch that I didn't care anything about it. And so I'm going to make 20 more designs that are also crappy and overprice those as well. So thanks, Beezers, for being that stupid. That's what she's really saying.
Thank you very much for buying that.
Yeah, because I need the money and I can do the early cash outs through PayPal, courtesy of Teespring, because that's exactly why she chose Teespring. You could do early cash outs with PayPal using Teespring.
So yeah, I guess that's about it. You know, like I said, I'll try to go live because I miss you guys.
No, you're not. If you come live, it's because you are really pushing for people to buy your merch and to buy cameos because you need money right now. You need money in hand, right now, right now, right now. You need that money right now, Chantal, for whatever reason, not my business, but you need that money. So you're going to be pushing the crap out of the cameos, out of the merch store, all of it. Girl, this video wasn't even 15 minutes. You can't go 15 minutes without yawning. What is going on? When somebody sits down to make a video, just a short video, and you're yawning all the way through.
I just haven't had the energy.
I don't want to hear that anymore. I'm so sick of her saying that. I don't have the energy. I don't have the energy. I don't have the energy. But why? Chantal, when is the last time you had energy that didn't come from caffeine or Coca-Cola? When is the last time you've had real energy? When is the last time you've come online and said, I've got energy, guys. I feel good today. I feel really, really good. I feel pumped up. I want to do something with you guys today. I want to take you places. When is the last time that's happened? It's been a long, long time. Long time. It's been so long, I don't even remember. What do people get from you these days? You're always tired. You come online yawning and sleepy, even though you just got up. Why can't you come on camera and be professional? Come online after having a nice shower, having a good, healthy meal, makeup on, ready to go, ready to get on camera and talk to people and actually interact with people versus getting online and just using your live chat as a dumping ground for all of your issues that nobody can do a doggone thing about. When is the last time you've done a live or a video where you weren't complaining? You do realize that complaining gets old after a while, right? That after a while, people stop listening. They just stop listening. They stop caring because it's a constant thing. And here's another thing, Miss Thing. Here is another thing. And I know you don't care about your audience, but let me just give you some perspective. I'll do you a solid and give you some perspective. The people that are in your audience, your beezers, your subscribers that come to your channel, the ones in your audience that watch your videos and put money in your pocket with the memberships, watching all those doggone ads that you overload your videos and your lives with, they got to go to their regular jobs. They have to work maybe 8, 10, 12-hour days, come home exhausted, have to take care of their families, do the housework, wash the dishes, feed the kids, feed themselves. They might have like an hour or two before bedtime before they got to get up and do it all over again. Maybe they have a lot of other problems, bills they got to worry about, rent they got to worry about. They got problems. And maybe they get on YouTube to watch someone to give them something to laugh about and feel good about in between it all. But they got more issues than you. And you get online complaining when you get more time and more freedom to do what you want than they do? Are you kidding me? Are you serious? You don't consider your audience. You don't consider your demographic about their life versus your life. You got all the time in the world to do whatever you want, whenever you like. You're not chained to a certain work schedule. And you have the audacity to always complain. So can you see why people, they don't want you as much anymore? They're gone. They're tired of the negativity. They're tired of the constant complaining. Especially when the light bulb kicks off in their head and they're like, wait a minute. She's got more money than I do. She's got more opportunity and time than I do. And look what she's doing with it. She's hurting herself. I'm out. Keep on with this and see what happens. You might lose your entire audience this way.
But yeah, I haven't seen a doctor about this, so granted, I don't know if it's for...
I haven't seen a doctor about this. Okay, done. Game over. You don't care about your health. You don't care about your health. You care about getting on YouTube and making a 12-minute video complaining about your health. You want to make money on your own bad health. That is bullshit. You're not even going to a doctor to see what's wrong, what's causing it, how to fix it. You want to find whatever's wrong with you and make money with it. There it is.
Vertigo for sure, but I'm just going off of the symptoms. Like, I've had this.
I'm going off the symptoms, so I'm diagnosing myself. Well, Dr. Armchair, that doesn't work out so well for you, does it? Does it? You're using Dr. Google and Dr. TikTok. watching videos, but they aren't real doctors. They can't do any tests, no blood work, no nothing. If you care, then care. And if you don't care, then don't expect everybody else to care and be worried for you. Nobody needs that kind of stress.
This exact feeling a few times in my life. And I did see a doctor about it then. I know there's a lot of reasons you can be dizzy. So that's why if it doesn't go away, probably by tomorrow, I'll go to a doctor. Like I'll go to
No, she won't. She will not. She won't go to the doctor tomorrow. She won't. She doesn't want to spend the money.
either the clinic or somewhere.
Oh, of course. We're going to go to the clinic. All right.
Because I have a lot more illnesses and health.
I have a question, Chantal. Is the reason why you don't want to go to, say, the ER or a hospital or a regular doctor is because you're trying to stay off the books with all the things wrong with you? That if you went to a clinic, you wouldn't be on the radar so much? Because if you went to a hospital and you became a patient, there'd be a record of all the things wrong with you, and that would raise some eyebrows.
Issues that I did back in 2005, like a ton more. I really didn't have many health issues in 2005.
Chantal, here's the alarming thing about you. I mean, I don't know what all of your health issues were or are, but I can truly say that the 3 years that you spent in Kuwait, we've seen things from you that we never saw before, previous to that. Like before going to Kuwait, you weren't breaking couches, breaking shower drains, like not able to fit in vehicles, like you getting to a size so big that the steering wheel was right up against your stomach. You can't turn your head. Your vision is bad. Max doses of metformin and other medications, taking insulin. Like being in Kuwait has been bad for you. It really has been just that bad, and it's only getting worse.
But I still had that pretty bad vertigo episode. And I had to be medicated for it. So even if I go get some medication, because it interferes, like it impedes on your daily life, like I can't do pretty much anything.
Let's just say Chantal did go to a doctor, and the doctor ran some tests and whatnot on Chantal. And he came back to her and said, Miss Sarow, we've done our test, and it seems like the vertigo, if you're experiencing it, is related to your diabetes because of this, this, and this. Do you think she'd care? Do you think that she would make changes? No, she wouldn't. I think it's another reason why she's not going to the hospital. It's not just a money issue. It's just like she's not going to listen to what the doctors tell her.
Without feeling like for a few minutes, yes. But then after that, I just have to rest, like, because I get so dizzy and nauseous because of the movement feeling, It's so weird. I don't like that feeling of being like not grounded, like grounded down. You know what I mean? Like it almost like how would I say that? It almost brings about some kind of like anxiety or panic attack in me, like if I think about it too much. So I've just been trying to rest and, but yeah, I'm a whole mess. What else is new? So yeah, that's where I've been.
I think people that watch you, again, I keep saying this, and I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, y'all, but it's not just girl world that's sick of the constant complaints with no solutions to the problems. It's the VIBs. It's constant problems, complaining about the problems, but never is there any solution to any of them. Never is there any resolve to any of them. Like, I had this problem, but guess what, guys? I'm working on it, and I'm going to get to the end, and this problem will not be a problem anymore. It's always like coming to the internet right away and describing the problem in detail. Sometimes for like 3 or 4 live streams. But there's never an attitude of, I got a problem, I'm letting you guys know, but I'm also letting you know that I'm fixing it. I'm working on it. I'm concerned about it. I'm looking stuff up. I'm talking to people. And soon this will not be an issue. That what's an issue right now will not be an issue later. This will not come up in conversation again. People are sick of that. Woe is me. I'm defeated. I quit. I don't care attitude, Chantal.
Just taking it easy. Take it easy.
No. You're not singing the Eagles. Not on my watch. No, ma'am. You will not disrespect the Eagles. No, ma'am. Not today.
Make you crazy.
No. We're not doing it.
But anyways, if you know, let me know in the comments. I do miss you guys. And I will hopefully see you for a live stream.
Go to bed, Chantal. Get some rest.
At some point. But it will be a ceiling boring one. But we can just...
Oh, something to look forward to. She's telling us ahead of time. It'll be a ceiling boring one. Oh, joy. Yay. Is it going to be 6 hours long? Please tell me it's not 6 hours long.
Talk and hang out, you know? Like good old chums do.
So is it going to be a live stream where you're basically just laying there acting sick, looking for the pity super chats? I hope that the VIBs don't give you any.
And yeah, I'm just wearing the sunglasses just because I look like really, really awful. I look like I haven't seen the sun in a few days, you know? And
and what's new with that?
Like I'm not feeling well. So it's still not too hot. It's still spring. So at some point we do have to go swimming. As for my boil situation, it's
You mean the fake phony boil? That one?
Actually, it's almost like healed. It's like it's pretty much it's on the mend, so that's good. You know.
Of course it's fine. It was fake to begin with.
Thank God for that.
Fake boils heal rather nicely, y'all.
And that's it. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, that's it. Goodbye. Bye, Chantal. I'm sure we'll see you in a mukbang soon, eating a bunch of food with your supposed vertigo. And what else do we have here? See that we got the Beezers in the comments. They're concerned about her. This is so unkind to make people concerned about you when there's nothing wrong with you. And there's a bunch of Beezers that are like, they're all worried about her. They're all worried about her. This is so manipulative. I can't even with her. One day you Beezers will figure it out. You will. You'll figure it out that she's lying to you. All right, I'm out, guys. Hope you guys enjoy your day. I'm going to go ahead and post this to YouTube, and I hope you guys have a good one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.